You, you guys want to hear a funny story, folks? What's up, Salty Dog? Hey, let me tell you something about Salty Dog, folks. She's a very loyal person. And she's becoming a very good mod. Now she just needs to learn how to drop links. And maybe we can graduate her from mod school. So I see they're cooking at the Rancho again, huh, folks? They're cooking at the Rancho football stadium again. Well, Rosie, you understand. You'll watch this later. I've already texted you. I was frustrated. I'm always frustrated. I'm a very angry person these days. I'm a very jealous person. I'm very angry at this monetization. The BERGS is still not monetized yet. The anger builds and builds and builds. I see you got monetized again on your main channel. So you have two channels, and then you're going live and you're shooting the Lisa Marie. You're in there. He's shooting it. He's wax on, wax off. It never ends. And then you do the stadium tour, and it's all night cooking, all night, and then the cleanup, and then the fire pit. It just never ends. And I get frustrated. That's it. I get frustrated. Things build up. But you know what? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, folks. Now, I will tell you guys a story. Jill wants to hear. You guys want to hear the popcorn story, huh? I'll tell you all about the popcorn story. Now, this story is a true story. The BERGS would get the Orville Redenbacher kettle corn popcorn. Okay. And every now and then at nighttime, I'm done in the garage, done jamming, done with the BERGS show. Okay. So at nighttime, because that really is the ultimate food, the ultimate snack at nighttime when you're watching TV or watching a movie is popcorn. I would get the kettle corn stuff, not even buttered, lightly salted, really, really nice flavor. Now, I would always go to the Safeway and pick out the same kettle corn popcorn. I believe you'd put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. And so on this particular day, when I went to the Safeway, I grabbed the kettle corn, but I guess the one that I grabbed, it said sweet on it. And basically it was like coated with some kind of caramel or or something. It was like coated or something, but the box looked the same. Everything looked the same. I'm like a guy. I'm a guy. I go in to the grocery store. I know what I want to get. I grab the shit, and I leave. So I didn't scrutinize the box as well as I could have, and it looked the same. The branding. I mean, I can pull up the things on my phone, but I don't want to do that right now. But the bottom line is this. So I was always used to popping the popcorn in there in the microwave for 3 minutes. And then, something I walk away. I might walk upstairs, print something out on the internet, a song. I came back down here to the garage because I was doing something here with my guitar amp, or I don't know. So I put in the popcorn, which I got the wrong one. And you're only supposed to put that one in for 90 seconds. I put it in a minute and a half. I put it in for 3 minutes. So I came back out. I heard the microwave go off, whatever. Beep, 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 beep. So I went back in, up there to the kitchen. And the whole microwave was just billowing out smoke. See, because I cooked this kettle corn, which was like sweet or caramelized, and the whole thing was just, I think it was like literally on fire. But our smoke detector at the time in the kitchen was broken. Okay? My father was upstairs sleeping. My mother was back visiting in New Jersey. I think this was in June of this year, May or June. Probably June. And the whole fucking kitchen was just filled with smoke. I'm surprised my dad didn't wake up. And it left the worst odor. And I was chimping out, man. I think I grabbed like a glass and filled it with water and threw it inside the microwave because the bag of popcorn was on fire. And then that just created even more smoke. It was terrible. I got asthma. I'm like, I'm going, wait. Yeah, I heard, is that the real JT? Is that the real JT? Well, JT, I've had some problems in here with fake JTs. Is that a real JT? All right, I'll give you a mod. And I apologize, JT. The last few days have been bad days for me. Okay, and I was really going off on you on here. Well, I had a lot of problems with the Chromebook. I was doing hour hangouts, and then I was losing the hangouts because the Wi-Fi kept acting up. I had to go back to the phone. It's very, very stressful time of year, and trying to get monetized here, almost there with the public watch hours. And the Seahawks lost, and with that threat that I had, and I just automatically deduced that, it could have been you in my mind because you were the only one who's ever come over to the house unannounced. But I was just really in a bad way yesterday, so I apologize for that. But the bottom line is this. Let me get back to my story. Now, you can email me who you think it is, JT. Let's not share that on here. But the bottom line is this. So I go back in the kitchen. The whole microwave is just, the popcorn's on fire. There's smoke everywhere. I cannot believe my father didn't even wake up. It left, and then I threw the water on it. I put it in the sink. and I sprayed it with the thing from the faucet, let it cool down. It was rancid, the odor, and I had to throw it into the garbage can, into the plastic thing. I doubled it up or tripled bagged it, put it in the garage here. The garage was reeking. The whole first floor here, the TV room, the kitchen, everything was just smoky. I had to open up the windows. And this was late at night too, folks. This is like 1 a.m. I had to open up the front door. I was putting fans everywhere to blow the smoke out. And this smell, it's a good thing my mother was back visiting New Jersey, because my mother is like, she hates smells. She has a nose like a canine. I think in a past life she was a canine cop. She was a dog or something, in a past life, because she has the smell. She can smell things, right? But it didn't take anyone with a very good sense of smell to know what happened here, man. This smell, that happened to Bill W. This smell lingered for, I would say, 3 or 4 days, where I was saying to my dad, is this ever going to go away? Is this smell ever going to go away? I had never seen a smell linger so long. It might have even lingered for a week. Okay? You know how like you go get some crab legs, you have a crab leg mukbang with some friends, you buy 2 or 3 pounds, 4 pounds of crab legs, you have a couple friends over, and I'm talking about fresh crab, but the smell lingers. This smell lingered for a week. I didn't think it would ever go away. And then I was panicking because my mom was coming home from New Jersey in like 4 or 5 days. So I was like, holy shit. No, I got to finish the story. Okay. So finally, the smell went away. So the moral of the story is, man, if you buy popcorn, you buy microwave popcorn like I did, the Orville Redenbacher, the kettle corn, make sure not to get the one that's the sweet one, which is coated in that sugary stuff, which I should not be eating. Being a type 2 diabetic, I shouldn't be drinking beer. And the New Year's coming, New Year's resolutions, right? But the bottom line is this. Always, 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 because you might pick up the wrong popcorn by accident. That was an accident. Even though I don't believe in accidents, right? Because I overlooked it. But the bottom line is this. Always read the directions, because you do not want to find yourself in a situation that I found myself in, where the popcorn was literally on fire in the microwave. It was a small little fire. I threw a glass of water and it was out. But it was literally on fire. If I had stayed here in the garage a little longer and forgot about it, who knows? The house would have burned down. I mean, this was some serious shit. All right, Jill keeps telling me to check my email. So hold on a second. I got to check my email here. Put on the reading glasses, aka old man goggles. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, JT. That guy's a fucking prick. That guy's a fucking prick. Lives 10,000 miles away. He can go fuck himself. He's been nothing but a troll to me from day one. Just like that other guy. Just like the other guy that we talked about. Let's just say the other guy, the troll, the other guy, he was from England and now he lives in the United States. I'm not even going to say his name. But his first name rhymes with dawn or lawn. But he's not talking about, JT's not talking about that guy. JT's talking about another person who lives in kangaroo country. And he's not talking about Slimy, the slimy one. He's not talking about the drool cup one. He's talking about somebody else. He's talking about a motorcycle guy. But we're not going to say his name. But I know who you're talking about. He's been nothing but an asshole to me. I already apologized to JT. I already apologized to him. You must not have been following. Bottom line, I know who you're talking about. And that guy's nothing but a troll, man. He's been trolling me for years, for 2 years. He's been nothing but mean and just a troll. So, whatever. He's a troll, man. Orville Redenbacher's kettle corn. Where was the fucking box? Was it Orville Redenbacher? The bottom line is both. Oh, the bottom line is both of these kettle corns, they looked exactly the same. The package looked exactly the same. Did I get my Christmas shopping done? No. No, I mean I mailed my nieces and nephews in New Jersey something, you know. I mean checks. You know. Actually, not even checks, cash. That reminds me. Checks. The BERGS is low on checks. I need to order some more checks, folks. Yes, I am still one of the dinosaurs who actually pays a couple bills a month with checks. Oh my God. I have 2 checks remaining. I need to order some more checks pronto. Ordering a supply. Let's see. I'm going to need to call tomorrow on Christmas. I need to order some more checks. I'm more entertaining. Well, let me tell you something here, man. They have this thing going there. What keeps them going is the Lisa Marie. That is the content. They have the little houses there, the Shine Shack. But the common thread is that fucking van. And I know I've already apologized to Rosie. And Rosie sent me a little bit of PayPal today, which I appreciate for Christmas. And I'm not talking bad about Rosie. Bottom line is this. But they, in my opinion, are milking this whole thing. How long does it really take? I'm not somebody who can fix up a van. That's not my specialty. But it's been going on for at least 3 months. Now, Rosie, I overheard Rosie saying it will be done in a few weeks. I do not agree. The last time I looked, there was just a bed frame in there and some wiring done. I mean, and what is the deal here with those LED lights? What is the deal here with these LED lights? Or these lights? And Elbow's playing with these lights, and they're blue, they're pink, they're orange. I mean, come on. He's a little boy playing with his little remote control like it's Christmas morning, and he just got a new train set or something, or a Tyco racing car, and he's setting up the track. And from what I heard, they spent $300 on those lights. They spent $300 on those lights, folks. Terry, they spent $300 on those lights, Salty Dog. I did a little research. That's some money there. Okay, now, if they're just making it, if Rosie's just making it, look like it's going to be kind of pimped out inside, okay, I guess I can see that. But you don't want to, especially with a van, because Rosie was saying they were going to put the lights on the outside of the van also. If you're a boondocker, a camper van, you want to be as stealth as possible. So that's the last thing you need are a bunch of lights, multicolored lights outside your van. Inside your van, I guess you can do whatever you want. And I'm sure when they're done with the project, it's going to look nice. But come on. You see Elbow, he's been waxing the same panel, folks, for 3 months. He started waxing that panel in what? Early October. October, November, December. That's 3 months. That's 3 months, folks. You're telling me it takes 3 months to wash and wax a van? You are telling me it takes 3 months to wash and wax a van? I've never had a van. I've never had a truck. I've only had cars. But back in the old days, when I had, newer cars and I'd take better care of them, wash and wax a car in a few hours. You can wash and wax a van in, okay, you want to tell me it's going to take a couple days? 2 days tops. Okay, you wash it. Then you put the first coat of wax on it. You want to just do one side? Okay. Then the next day you do the next side. And then maybe the next day you do the second coat. The next day you do the other side. Okay, so maybe, you know what? I'll say, maybe 3 or 4 days. But 3 months? And they're not even done yet. I mean, Rosie's doing all the hard work. all the electric, the wiring, the plumbing, all that stuff, all the guts. Elbows just sitting there going, oh, okay. Oh, sure. Oh, Rosie, hold on a second. I'm kind of curious. Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? I'm curious. Can I ask you something? I'm curious. Can I ask you something? I'm curious. Can I ask you something? I mean, they're just milking the, because they're both monetized. So even if they're not making any money, which they are making money through Super Chat and PayPal and stream and text to talk. But even if they weren't even making any money through that, just them setting up their goddamn tripods, setting up their cameras, they're getting the AdSense money, which they got a big check for today. Okay? Now, I am not bashing on Rosie. I'm coming up to present time. Rosie sent me some Christmas PayPal today, and I am very thankful, and I sent Rosie a text message because I was kind of going off on them last night. She must have sent it before she saw one of my streams, because she probably wouldn't have sent it. So lucky for me, huh? But the bottom line is this, Rosie, you know I don't hate you. But the bottom line is this, I hate what this has all become. Okay? And then this has all become about money. I remember the days where a couple years ago you would just have the hangouts and you would just chooch around town with that little dog, Georgie. We'd go on the hangouts, have a good time. Now, I wouldn't have a great time. I would get booted every single goddamn hangout from Jay Gregg. But, it wasn't really about money then. You were still monetized. You were still making money from your videos, but you didn't have that little super chat. You never turned it on. I actually remember asking you one time. I said, how come you don't turn it on? You go, no. You said, no, I don't need to do that. Well, everything, because a couple of years ago, like 2018, the only two people I can think of that were actively hustling and begging were Elvis and Nomadic Fanatic. And Elvis was doing it the worst. So he's always done it. But then Norm came in the community and he spoiled everything, man. He threw around so much money to so many people, including myself. Not that much to myself compared to other people. But he poisoned the entire community. And now it's all about greed. It's all about money. It's all about who's monetized, who can get the super chat, who's going to get the PayPal. It's all about everyone is chasing, because this is a small community. Everyone's chasing the same dollar. Everyone, right? And then you get a guy like Norm who kind of goes away for a few weeks, but then comes back with a vengeance last week, gives Anderson over $600. Okay? $650, I heard. Well, I was there. And yeah, that does trigger me. I'm not ashamed to admit that these people, it does make me triggered. I get triggered. I chip out. I get jealous. And then especially, when Rosie got her main channel remonetized, and everyone's monetized except for the Bergs. Hopefully I'll be getting over the threshold of 4,000 public watch hours. I have 13,000 total watch hours. And what you need to get monetized is you need to have over 1,000 subs, which I have, 1,500 something subs. And you need to have 4,000. See, I thought it was just 4,000 watch hours. I applied for monetization first time back February this year. I never heard back the entire year until like a month and a half ago. You cannot get a hold of YouTube. It's not like eBay or PayPal where they have a 1-800 number. You would think that this company, the size of YouTube, they would have a giant customer service. Okay, if you call up customer service for eBay, they have people in the Philippines you talk to, people in the United States. Same thing with PayPal. You would think that a company the size of YouTube, Google, they don't have a 1-800 number where I could just call up and say, "Hi, yeah, my name is so-and-so. My channel is the BERGS Show. Can you? I applied for monetization a few months ago. I haven't heard back. Can you please give me an update?" And then they could, plug your thing in there, and they could say and tell you what your status is. Tell you maybe why. Tell you why. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Salty. There's no one in here. I don't have a mod in here. Terry Meek, you still in here? Terry Meek, you still in here? I need Terry Meek to will the real Terry Meek please stand up? Please stand up. Okay, Terry Meek, I need you to take control. And Whiplash, because Jill has to go over to G Mangos. Because I was having some terrible trolls earlier, which I had to fucking shut down my stream. But what I'm trying to say is this. You would think with the size of YouTube, Google, whatever, you could at least call them and get some fucking information. Now, maybe there's some secret phone numbers that I don't know about. I'm sure there are. I think Rosie has a couple secret phone numbers because Rosie's been around a long time. I've been around a long time. This channel's from 2008, but I haven't done anything with it until last year. The bottom line is this. The only way to get a hold of YouTube, you got to go to Twitter. And you got to tweet them out. You got to give them a tweet. You go to you type in on Twitter. You type on searching Twitter. You type in YouTube. YouTube. Right there's YouTube. San Bruno, California, 72 million followers. And they get back to you. So you send them a tweet. You say, "Hi, my channel is called The BERGS Show. I applied for monetization back in February. And I've tweeted them several times this year. And they always get back. They get right back to you. They get back to you. Quick. Sometimes within 5 or 10 minutes, I've seen them get back to you real quick. A lot of times they would say the same old kind of shit. "Oh, we have so many people applying for monetization. It's going to take a while." And I'd be like, "Come on, it's going to take a while. I've already been waiting for months and months and months. I know people, I wouldn't say their names, but like Mallory or whoever, even Melton got my, I wouldn't say people's names, but I say I know people who got monetized in 2 or 3 days. So don't give me that shit, right?" Of course, I didn't say shit. But the bottom line is this. So finally, somebody with some brains got back to me a couple months ago on Twitter, and they said, I just looked over your channel, and even though you have around 12,000 total watch hours, you need 4,000 of those need to be public watch hours. But you only have 1,900 public watch hours. And of course, I'm starting to freak out. I go, what is a public watch hour, you know? And basically, they only tweeted me back one more time. They sent me like a bunch of links, right? They don't really answer the question, where you have to read up for yourself. So after I read up and talked to a few people, I guess a public watch hour is when I do a stream like this and I leave it up. This is all public, right? Because everyone who knows the Bergs, I used to get all whatever, drinking it up, right? Going crazy all the time, saying some pretty bad stuff sometimes. And then I would do what's called a dirty delete, even though I know the trolls would already be recording my shit and make parodies and whatnot. But apparently, because I did so many dirty deletes, those still counted towards the total watch hours, but they didn't count towards the public watch hours. You know what I'm saying, Kitten Cat? So the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. I have the watch hours. And I think I have the public watch hours now too. I think I will have the public watch hours tonight. So according to my calculations, I'll probably be able to apply for monetization as early as tomorrow. Everything goes as planned. So I just kept shooting myself in the foot. But I didn't know what was going on. Okay? I would do crazy ass shit shows. That's what they were. Plus, I'd be playing the guitar, playing all sorts of third-party material, playing Led Zeppelin songs, or I would be sitting in my car and playing the radio, you know. So basically the bottom line is, the moral of the story is, well, I'm already doing it. I've been doing it for a month now. I don't even play other people's songs anymore. I either just jam my own songs, or I play my drum machine, like that loony song I did. Suey, suey. And I got the drums going. And I'm just shredding. The chopper's flying low, folks. Oh, she's heading towards the farm. Watch out, she could be armed and dangerous. She's yelling out, Suey, Suey. Bergs, come here. I'm not going anywhere now. I'm fucking doing a fucking show. I need these public watch hours. I need these public watch hours. You know? I mean, when you think about it, everyone's monetized. Rich life is monetized. Everyone's monetized. Except for the Bergs. Think about it. All the people that you see, Terry Meek, who come on as much as I do, they're all monetized. Everyone is. Except for me. Kat is monetized. Rory. Lori. Everyone's monetized. Except for me. And I've been around for a long time. And I go live all the time. I want to just get monetized just so I can just be monetized. Let's see what happens. There might be people. I've had many people say, "Hey, Bergs, I don't want to send you a PayPal. If you had super chat, I'd send you a super chat." I don't know if they're just fucking around. I don't think they were. And then if I'm monetized, I can start doing other content. Going out, chooching, going to Seattle, filming things, blah, blah, blah. The mountains, the lakes, snow. I mean, shit, right? I don't have to be trapped here in the garage. And that's the bottom line. So no, I mean no. Chooching, no. I'm not gonna chooch. No. I'm not gonna walk around with a selfie stick doing that kind of stuff. No. I don't mean that. No. I don't fucking do that. No. I would never chooch like that. You know, I don't fucking do that kind of stuff. You know, because to be honest with you, where I live, man, the cops, they're like militant kind of cops. I guarantee you, if they saw somebody walking around the neighborhood with a selfie stick, they're just gonna. The cops around here have nothing to do. There really are. There's too many cops in this town. This town grew by leaps and bounds over the last 20 years. And there's just too many cops. And I don't think they have anything to do. I think if they saw me walking down the street, this big fucking hairy guy with a fucking selfie stick, they're going to be like, what the hell is this guy doing? First off, he looks suspicious, and he's walking around with a freaking, like, what's he filming? A lot of cops, they don't even know the law. You guys know this, right? I mean, a lot of cops really aren't too bright. They don't know that filming, photography is not a crime. Filming is not a crime. But yet, cops, if they want to be dicks, man, they can detain you for any reason. They can pull you over for any reason, no reason. They can just make up a reason. Oh, you were swerving. No, I wasn't. Well, in their mind, you might have been swerving like a millimeter, or an inch. Said, no, I wasn't swerving. And then that will just give them the entree to say, oh, have you had anything to drink tonight? And maybe I went to the Buffalo Wild Wings. Maybe I had a couple beers. See? Cops can pull you over for any reason. Just like jobs, This is what's it called? A work state. What's that called, Kit and Kat or Terry? Where jobs can fire you at any time for no reason. I think it's called a right to work state. Yeah, it's called a right to work state. Unless if you have a union. If you have a union, they can't fire you for no reason. And it's just the same thing with cops. They can pull you over for no reason. They can shoot you for no reason. They can say, oh, he pulled a gun on me. I mean, shit. Back in New York City, like 20 years ago, I think a guy was pulling out his wallet and he was shot by the cops like fucking 47 times or 51 times. They don't need a reason. They can just make up a reason. Oh yeah, you were swerving. I mean, I'll tell you a story. A true story, okay? The town I live in, the people who've doxed me out know where I live. But about 15 years ago, I was down at this apartment complex hanging out with my friend John, who also plays guitar, who I wrote a lot of songs with. And he had a couple friends who were temporarily crashing, basically, on the couch, his couch and the floor, bums, temporary bums. And one of her name was Amy, and I was spending the night there, and we were writing some songs, and then we were done for the night. We were going to watch a movie, so we wanted to get some popcorn or whatever. And Amy needed to get some cigarettes. So instead of driving there, because, I had a few beers or whatever, it was only like half a mile, 3/4 mile away. It was a nice summer night, right? It was pretty late, I guess. It was midnight. And we were just walking on the sidewalk to the Albertsons grocery store, which was bought out by Safeway. We're just walking, and all of a sudden, a cop just kind of like pulls to the side of the road, puts his lights on, not his sirens, and he like flashes his light, and he goes, "What are you?" Seriously, he goes, "What are you guys doing?" And I said, "We're walking, officer." And he said, "Don't be smart with me." I mean, this was like 2005, 14 years ago. I said, "Officer, I'm not being smart. We're walking to the Rite Aid, the pharmacy. We need to get a few things." We got pulled over, folks. 2 white people. You know how black people always say, "Oh, sucks to be black." The cops do not discriminate, especially out here. We got pulled over for being white, and we were walking. We got pulled over for walking. We were walking to the fucking store. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't like walking like Black Metal Troy. I mean, we were just walking, man. She was like smoking a cigarette. I was walking next to her. We were talking and walking and talking. So he goes, "You got any ID?" So I think his partner got out of the car. And I said, "Sure, I have, yeah." I wasn't one of these people. No. Am I being detained? Why am I know my rights. This is like before YouTube. I didn't even know about all that kind of stuff. I said, "Sure, here's my ID." He said, and then he says to Amy, I guess Amy didn't have her ID on her. And she was like giving a little bit of lip. Like, she had a few run-ins before with cops where, did a little time, a week or 30 days here, whatever. And she goes, "No, it's back at the apartment where I'm staying at." And then I kind of smoothed things over, and he said, okay, just, go on your way. I'm like, thank you. You just got to be nice to them, because things can escalate like that when you're dealing with cops. Remember, they have the guns. We don't. Even though Washington State is an open carry state, Washington State is an open carry state. If I wanted to, I could have a pistol on me right now and walk out. I mean, you go to the store, right? I don't. But the point I'm trying to make is this. They are looking for trouble, a lot of these guys. They are looking to throw around their weight. They are looking, in a lot of instances, to shoot people. Think about it. So we got pulled over, folks. 2 white people around. Amy's my age. We were exactly like 31 years old. 2 white 31-year-old people got pulled over in the summertime out here in Washington State, north of Seattle, for walking on a sidewalk. We weren't walking in the street. We weren't stumbling. She doesn't even drink. Okay? I mean, pulled over for walking. Wow. So the point I'm trying to make is, imagine me walking down the sidewalk with a selfie stick, chooching. I'm telling you, Rosie wouldn't be able to get away with it in this town here. No way. Especially, no offense, but being a trans person, that thing, that stuff really isn't, looked upon too highly either. Pulled over for walking, folks. But you can't pull all that shit like you see on YouTube here. On all those truthers and all these people who have these, the First Amendment. I know my rights. You can't ask for my ID. Am I being detained? No. I know a lot of those channels here, they have 100,000 subs, millions of views, but you do not want to fuck with the cops. Just fucking give them what they want and let them be on their way. Do not let them have an opportunity to whatever, arrest you or shoot you. I know, but you don't want to even go there, Bill W. If I said to him when they pulled me over for walking, am I suspected of a crime? You just escalate the whole thing. You have to understand, these cops, a lot of these guys, they're not too bright. They're not college-educated people like me. They don't have bachelor's degrees. A lot of these guys, they were like the kind of guys in growing up who used to bully people. Maybe they played football on a football team and they couldn't make it. So they just go to the police academy and they just become cops and they just continue to bully people or even shoot people, right? As we've seen many times the last 10 years. And I'm not anti-cop, but the bottom line is this. The less I see of them, the better, right? But the bottom line is this. They are working. A lot of them are all amped up. They're working the night shift. They got coffee going down their throat. They're ready for action. They're ready to flex their muscles, man. They got beer muscles going on. They might not be drinking beers, but you know what I'm saying? They're ready for action. And a lot of these cops, especially, you know, with all the never-ending wars in the Middle East, a lot of these guys come back and they can't really get jobs anywhere else, whatever, and the police force takes them. So these people were in combat zones in the Middle East, being used to killing people and shooting. So they become more militant and more militant and more militant. So when I see these people who say, oh, I know my rights, you know what? I got a big mouth too. I got a mouthpiece also. I want to tell them to F off. I want to tell them, fuck you. I didn't do shit, and keep on going my way. But you know what? They're the cops, man. They're the ones with the guns, you know? They're the ones who can lock you up, handcuff you, throw you in jail. Just give them your fucking ID and get on your way. That's what I was telling my friend Amy. Amy, I was like, Amy, stop. Shut up. And then that's what they want, because there was like a little friction there. And they're like, is everything like what's going on? What's going on? You know, they want to create a narrative. Basically, if they had it their way, they would have preferred getting out of the car, smashing our heads on the sidewalk, and cuffing the both of us, right? Even though we did nothing wrong. We just walked to the store. She got some cigarettes. I got a few beers. We got some popcorn and whatever. And then we walked back home. There's nothing better than Washington State during the summertime at night going for walks, because this is not like New Jersey, where I'm from, or where Artie Lang is from, folks. We don't have any humidity during the summer. So it might get hot during the day. It might get to be 90. It might get to be 100. But at nighttime, it will fall down into the 50s. I remember visiting New Jersey a few years ago, folks. And it was one of the hottest stretches that I visited. One of my brothers for a couple weeks. It was like in late June, Yeah. There for 3 weeks. The last week in June, the first couple weeks in July. And we had a stretch there for about 4 days where it was like the highs during the day were like 95 to 100, and the humidity levels were like 80% humidity or 85% humidity. And I remember walking down to the bar with a friend of mine who I grew up with there. And it was when we came home, I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was still at 1 a.m., 97 degrees. Okay? So it didn't even cool down until like maybe 5 or 6 a.m., and it might have gotten down to like 75 or 80. Total humidity. I mean, here it's nice during the summer. At night, you walk. It can get pretty fucking hot during the daytime. There's no doubt about it. So the bottom line is this. I got pulled over for walking. Not even jaywalking, folks. We got pulled over for walking. It wasn't even jaywalking. Bam, just like that. Bam, just like that. We got pulled over, folks. 2 white people. You know how black people always say, oh, man, brother, you know, I got pulled over for being black. You know, I have a lot of black friends. And they would say, and I said, I don't know, to one of these guys, yeah, why'd you get pulled over? Because he was telling me a story that he was pulled over recently. I got P-O... He said, I got P-O-B-B. I go, what are you talking about? Pulled over, P-O-F-B-B. Pulled over for being black. And I had to tell him my story. I said, I'm sorry about that. I know there's a lot of racial profiling, but let me tell you something, brother. I got pulled over for being white, and I wasn't even in a car. I was just walking. So a lot of black people think that they're the only ones. No, these cops are on one side. Everybody else is on the other side. That's the way it is, called the blue line of silence. Everyone else is on the other side. Pulled over for being black. I got pulled over for being white, and I was walking, folks. I was walking to the stove. The Bergs was walking. The Bergs was talking. The Bergs was walking. Excuse me, what are you guys doing? We're walking to the store. No, I think I said we're walking. He goes, are you being smart? Like, are you being smart with me? No, we're walking to the store, officer. I mean, well, yeah. See, that's the thing out here in Washington State. Pot is legal. I mean, medical marijuana has been legal out here for like 20 years. But recreational marijuana use has been legal for about 8 years, I believe, 7 or 8 years. So there's pot shops everywhere. That's another thing I can make some footage of. But I don't know if YouTube would allow that if you did. Well, first off, you can't film going into a pot shop. But they're everywhere, man. They're like McDonald's. There's pot shops around here where you can go through a drive-through, like you're going to a McDonald's drive-through. I'll take a 20-piece nuggets and a large Coke, a large fries, and 1 ounce of 1 ounce of some fucking crazy chronic Kush. 1 ounce of some Black Magic. I don't know what the fucking names are. I think there's one Snoop Dogg Chronic. There's one called Willie Nelson's Finest. You guys can look it up. I don't even want to look it up on here. I might get a fucking strike or something. Who knows? But yeah, you smell the OG Kush, I believe. There's one. But yeah, that's another thing. You smell the weed everywhere. And it smells like skunk. See, I have asthma, so I can't smoke. And I've tried the edibles. I don't like the edibles, man. They make me too weirded out. You get that body high. It's almost like an acid flashback. Back in the early 90s when I was going to Grateful Dead shows, dropping hits of acid or something. I did some edibles a few years ago. The gummy bears, and I had too many of them. I mean, they taste like gummy bears. So I had too many of them. I said to my friend, man, these things don't work. This sucks. They're not even kicking in. Then all of a sudden, they all kicked in. I don't know how many I ate. And I swear to God, it was like the worst trip of my life. It was like an acid trip. It was like a total body high, but it was different than smoking it. It was different. I kept saying to my friend, call 911. I'm dead. I go, call 911 right now. I'm dead. He goes, Chris, if you were dead, you wouldn't be able to talk to me. I go, I swear to God, man, I'm dead right now. I am actually dead. You got to call 911. Check my pulse, because I kept trying to check my pulse, and I couldn't feel a heartbeat. I thought I was dead. I couldn't feel a heartbeat. I don't even know what I had. I think I might have had 5 or 6 of them, maybe even 10 of them. I said to him, I'm dead. I'm dead right now, man. I kept this going on for hours. It was the worst acid. It was like an acid trip from hell. It lasted for hours, like all night. I should have been hospitalized. I should have been in a freaking psych ward. It's the last time I ever did that. I did pot brownies years ago, and the same thing would always happen because I wasn't as big as I am now, but I've always been an eater. And I would, you're hungry, you eat a fucking brownie. That's good. Everyone likes freshly baked brownies. And my friend goes, man, no. You only need to eat one of those brownies. I had fucking 3 of them. It wasn't quite as bad. I don't think I did that whole I'm dead thing, but it was pretty bad. So, yeah, there's pot shops all over the place. I don't know. Maybe I can do some footage. There's a lot of people around the nation here. They don't have the pot shops like we do out here. All right, folks, you want to show some love to the Bergs? PayPal.me/thebergs1973. I'm not an e-beggar. I'm an entertainer. But I got to run. I'll be back later. You want to show some love to the Bergs, some Christmas love? Bill W., James Dean, Kitten Cat, Tobias, Pickles, Mick Dickles. I'll be back later. Show your love to the Burgertron, your emperor, your prophet at paypal.me/thebergs1973. All right, later.